Wow.
Welcome to WOW, World of Water, where we dive into the stories, science, survival lessons, and about the one thing we all depend on, what we all have to have, water. I'm Mark Miller, and today we're going to start at the beginning with just a simple truth. Water is life, and every drop matters. Imagine this. If you were in some of these foreign countries where the children have to get up early in the morning and walk for miles and miles or kilometers, depending on where they are, and having to bring containers to the waterfront that's there, no matter how far it is, and bring water back where they can have it to drink. And even though they have to go get it where there's animals in the stream and the water is not clear and not pure, that's all they have to drink. So when they come back, it's full of all the bacteria and all those other things. And now just pause for a second and think about what we have. We live in a country and a nation where we actually use more water brushing our teeth or washing our hands, those things that we take for granted more than what a person like I just described, say her name was Amina. All that she would have been able to do is to go get enough water for her to drink and for those in her family or those that she helps care for or they care for her. And of course, as you also know, the number one reason why children do not live long many times in these foreign countries is because of lack of pure water. So let's zoom in why water is so critical. We all know it, but we don't think about it. And I've found that as we're so satisfied or spoiled or whatever term you want to use in the United States, we don't look at water as something as really special. We look at it as something that we just assume that we'll always have. So it's not top of mind as it could or should be. But our bodies are over 60% water. Every cell needs needs pure water, and pure water is better, needs pure water to function. You can survive for about 3 minutes without air. You can survive for about 3 days without water. You can survive for about 3 weeks without any food, but you can't get to the food if you don't have water. So one of the most important things in our life is water. And again, wouldn't you agree that if it's pure, it's a whole lot better than if it wasn't? Dehydration is something that takes care is challenges when we're thirsty. It affects our brain function, our mood, our digestion, even our heart is affected of the ability to have pure water or not. So let's think bigger. Water connects everything. Think of it, food. Crops can't grow without water. Health. Clean water prevents disease. Community. Where water flows, people thrive. When there's challenges with water, it affects every area of our life. So when we say water is life, we're not being poetic, we're being literal. Here's something most people don't realize. Water scarcity, water scarcity isn't just happening in faraway places, but even in our own country and many times in our own state, we have challenges with water, but we just don't think of it. It's not top of mind unless something happens to you or someone that you know in a major catastrophe in your area or something you've heard about. I mean, for example, years ago in Jackson, Mississippi, the entire city was without water for weeks. And I talked to someone just about 4 weeks ago in North Carolina, and there was still a lot of families without water and even without electricity. I remember a year and a half or so ago in San Diego, there was actually water flowing as deep as 5 feet in their houses, and their vehicles were floating down the stream, and they had no way to have pure water. But with a proper preparation, you literally could take that water that you see that is extremely dirty, impure, and be able to actually have a way to filter that water and make it 100% pure with all the bacteria, viruses, microplastics taken out. and able to drink it and share it with up to 300 other people as well. That's the privilege that we have of knowing about what to do and how to do it. A lot of people haven't prepared for that. So what we did is we decided to actually say, we don't want to be part of the 2 billion people that lack safe drinking water. We're not. And every 90 seconds, for example, what I mentioned earlier, a child dies from water-related disease. This is the world we live in. The truth is the crisis isn't just about scarcity, it's about access. So safe water and having accessible water, safe water, in an emergency especially, is something that we need. And the other thing is those that are in the greatest need, like those that are in homeless shelters and places such as that, where they have to depend on someone else to help them at all times because they don't have the ability to. Those homeless shelters need to be prepared for water as well. Just a few weeks ago, I was talking to a lady that was I actually I said I'm 74, and she said I'm older than that. So I don't know what her exact age was, but when she said that, she said I have worked in homeless shelters most all of my life. I've helped bring people in, help them get food. But she just paused for a moment. She said, "But Mark, I've never heard anybody talk about doing something to prepare and take care of them being able to have water if something happens." And as you know, within 5 to 7 days, if there's no electricity, nobody's going to have enough water. Are you going to be able to survive? Are your friends going to be able to survive? So here's the good news. We've talked about all these things, but there's good news as well. There's low cost, there's high end, high impact filters that literally can take care of everything that's needed. We share this with you in different ways, different times, but think of the fact that you can actually, in an emergency, no matter how challenging it is, be able to literally go to a waterfront no matter how dirty it is, and be able to pull water out of that, put it in a 5 gallon container, filter it through a system that we have that will filter up to 150 gallons per day, and be able to have 99.999% pure water and 100% of the microplastic taken out, the bacteria, the viruses. Now you can have pure water for you and up to 300 other individuals. Doesn't that make sense to have peace of mind to have that and have the ability to do that? And now we have what we call a grassroots effort to actually help the people in the United States understand. People in the foreign countries know because they don't have any other choice. They don't have electricity. They don't have water flowing through their faucets, etc. A lot of places. We have the privileges of that until we don't have. And again, 5 to 7 days or something like that. If there's a catastrophe, the electric's out. What would you do? What would you do to help your family and your children and others? Again, with this, we are able to help you and you're able to help yourself. It happens in two different ways. You're able to participate by helping others. For example, I'm sure you have loved ones, you have friends, you have family, maybe your church, or maybe you have a homeless shelter that you care about. All of those can be helped with what we have. And just anyone that actually, for example, in our nonprofit entity, someone can donate $100. And every time someone donates $100, we can take care of a family, a friend, a charity, a church, or whatever you have that you want to donate one to. For every $100 you donate, we literally can actually take care of all of your family and your friends and anyone that you desire for each $100. All you have to do is tell us where to ship it. We take care of everything else. And the benefit you receive as well for those that you donated for others, you actually can get a tax benefit as well. So all of that is available, and we do that because we care about those that need help, not when they have to sometime in the future say 4 words that I always say I wish nobody would ever have to say. And those 4 words are, I wish I had. Well, you're never going to have to say that if you don't want to. All you do is realize that every drop matters. What we say with our nonprofit entity, and as far as donating to help others, leave a legacy, save a life. And you literally can save many lives, one at a time, or many, depending on your desire, your choice. So for your health, for your community and their health, and for the world, you have the ability to help many. We focus primarily on the United States with what we're doing with homeless shelters, etc. But in the last 6 weeks, we've had more and more people from all over the world, literally in many different places, 4 different areas in the last 4 weeks, looking at us and asking if we have the ability to help them. This system is so simple and so easy for them to utilize. It's a filter that lasts for life, and it can be backwashed, so you never have to buy another filter. It's guaranteed by the manufacturer for life, and you also can help up to 300 people every day have pure water because it will purify as much as 150 gallons every single day. So that's what we have, and that's what we do. So if you have an interest, there at the bottom of your screen or YouTube, wherever you are, just go to safercleanerwater.com and click on that link, or yagrant.com is where we have our nonprofit entity and where we help the recovery centers and shelters and communities such as that. So when it comes to water, your choice creates a ripple effect, and together those ripples can change the world. Take care of you. You can take care of your family. You can take care of your church. You can take care of your homeless shelter. All of the things we mentioned. And remember, all you have to do is say, I want to help somebody, and I want to do this for not only for my sake because I care, but for them because they need this, they need the ability. And then for those that we serve in the homeless shelters and other places, and now around the world, to have pure water for life. Water matters. Wow. World of Water is who we are, and that's what we do.